Digital products are entering a brand new era, and those who don't adapt are going to be left with nothing. But the good news is, with this comes a bunch of new ways to win that weren't possible before. And I know this because I actually practice what I preach. Not only have I made millions, but in the last 30 days, my clients have made millions. And in this video, I'm gonna walk through the 6 biggest digital product trends that are going to be massive gold mines in 2025. And trust me when I say, this is where all the money is going to be made, so you're gonna wanna pay attention. So point number 1 is that everything is gonna move from variety shows to TV networks. You wanna sell one thing and not a million things. People lose trust with people who sell everything under the sun. So let me give you a case in point. When I was trying to start a business, I had a million different things I was trying to sell. Like I was doing door-to-door flyers, and I was doing workshops, and I was doing fitness coaching. I was trying to do a million things. And the problem with that is when you're trying to do a million things and you're posting on social media, it's not clear to people what it is you do, and or if they see you doing a lot of things, they just assume that what you're doing isn't helping you become successful. So when I started making money, what I finally did is I honed in on fitness, and I said, hey, the first thing I'm gonna do is build an online fitness coaching company, because I was into fitness, I was good at fitness, I had a lot of people ask me for expertise on fitness, and that's where I started. And so because I started selling one thing, I started having a lot of success with that network. Now, the difference between a variety show, right, and a TV network is a variety show, you get a little bit of everything. The TV network, you only get the same type of thing over and over again, and you build trust. And so over time, people saw that, hey, Tanner's gonna post fitness content. Eventually, because that did so well, I started helping people build fitness type businesses. Eventually, because that did so well, I started helping people do consulting. So the thing was, it went from a variety show, so to speak, to a TV network where people could see me, and it built trust. And that's where things are headed in 2025. If you don't do that and you're selling a bunch of different things, it's gonna get really complex and complicated for you. So you wanna stick to one thing of selling and sell that thing to the best of your ability. And over time, people will come to know you and your brand for selling that thing. Point number 2 is you need the traffic, you need the funnel, and you need the product. But all that really matters is who can get the most traffic. So let me give you an example. If you are first to market, and you get the most traffic, you're gonna make money even if you're a terrible CEO. So think of when Facebook came out. There is no competition. Like if you like Facebook and you use it, Facebook's gonna win. Instagram, TikTok, those are obviously bigger companies. You can even look at Tesla, SpaceX. Like companies where there's only one option are going to do much better because they're the ones who get all the traffic. It's not because necessarily they're a better company or there's not better offers. I also had a client, he actually helped people get EBT-1 green cards. And he made hundreds of thousands of dollars in the first few years, actually millions in the first few years. But the reason is because he had an offer with no competition. Now, all the competition 2 years later is coming into the marketplace, and he's starting to have a harder time. It doesn't mean he can't be successful, but he's having a harder time. It's the same thing in my industry. I help people build businesses. There's other people who do that. So I have to differentiate myself by, what do we do differently? How can we get faster results? How can it be more cost effective, etc.? So the number one thing you want to focus on is getting traffic. This is why business owners or business creators or consultants or whatever you want to call them want to work with influencers. If you look at someone like Mr. Beast doesn't win because his chocolate's the best. Maybe it's pretty good, I haven't had it. But it's because he gets the most eyeballs on his YouTube. Kylie Jenner became a billionaire not because she has the best makeup, but it's because she gets the most traffic. In a lot of cases, you wanna focus on how can you get traffic? Can you go viral on social media? That's the easiest way. If you can't go viral, can you run boosted posts? If you can't do that effectively, can you do paid ads? If you can't do that, can you do PR? Can you do cold email? Can you do cold calling? There's a million ways to get traffic to your offer, but ultimately, that's going to make the biggest difference. After that, you're gonna have a funnel. So once you get traffic, how are you gonna funnel them to your product? A lot of people, when they get traffic, they just like, hey, just click the link in my bio, watch my videos, and it gets very confusing. You wanna have one place to send people. So whenever people are watching my YouTube videos, I say, hey, check the links down below. You guys only have a link to the free group. We have a link to a $2.95 book that you can buy. You have a link to book a call, and that's pretty much it, right? Like there's really not much else to click. Or you could have a link to buy my software. That's it. Like that's where I want to send you. That's where I want you guys going. And so it has the funnel for that. And then finally having a product. And the product can usually be to start, just put it in the fitness, health, or relationship niche, and make it a service. But if we look at those three things, the traffic, the funnel, the product, you can have a funnel and you can have a product, but if you can't get traffic, it doesn't matter. Ultimately, traffic is all that matters. And there's only two ways to get traffic. You either become a famous influencer or you learn how to run profitable paid ads. Now, for me, going back 6 or 7 years, I decided I was gonna do paid ads because I didn't want to quote unquote be an influencer. Now, you guys are seeing me trying to post more on YouTube and post in other places to try to get more traffic for free, but that's because my business has gotten to the next level and I'm trying to level up as a human being. But if I had to go back in time and choose again, I would choose the exact same strategy, because when I can learn how to spend $1 and make 2 or more back, I always will win. By the way, if you need help getting traffic, creating an offer, or a funnel, there's a link down below to book a call with my team where you can get a 45 to 60 minute free consultation on how that could potentially be set up for you. The next thing to understand is that big influencers are now in trouble. The For You hashtag has completely changed the game. So back a few years ago, big influencers would have their stuff shown to whoever's subscribing or following their social media. Now, people who don't have big channels, or even if you do have a big channel, your content is only being shown to people who consume it. So if you see a basketball clip one day, you might be shown it 2 days later, right? Without even following the individual. It's completely changed the game, because now the amount of followers you have doesn't really matter anymore. Now, yes, can it still help? Of course, like having more followers is definitely not worse than not having enough. But at the end of the day, now the content has to be better. The thought process has to be better. It's making influencers have to step up their game on a consistent basis, regardless if they have a big following or not. So that actually gives you an opportunity to win in this new marketplace, because if you don't have a big audience and you post really good content and a lot of people look at it, regardless if they're following you or not, they will start to be shown that content, whether it's on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram. So this is gonna give you a huge opportunity to win in 2025, because you don't have to have 1 million followers to now be successful. In addition to that, the rise of the communities is now gonna become more popular than ever. And the reason for that is, with AI coming out, and there's gonna be fake models, and there's gonna be fake voices, and there's gonna be fake text messages and all that type of stuff, who you are authentically is gonna matter more than ever. In fact, what that's gonna do is it's gonna lower trust. People are gonna have less trust than ever before. And so what that's gonna do is give rise to communities. So if you have a school group, if you have a Facebook group, right? If you have any of those things, that's now going to make it more tangible and more important, because people are gonna look for kind of gateways or guardians, so to speak, or gatekeepers that are going to shield them from all the AI. So the benefit you have is if you have a community and you give away good value and you actually have, Q&As and you try to pour into the community. Another thing I can tell you is, like, when you have communities, try to let people ask the questions they want to ask, and don't get afraid that they're lead genning or something like that. You're going to have a lot more value in your groups that's then going to allow the rise of communities to help you with this new age of AI. So in 2025, the rise of communities is going to be huge. In addition to that, because of the age of AI, content creators are going to become more important than ever before on pushing the edge of things. So think of it this way. In the past, when new businesses were built, someone has a crazy idea and has a crazy thought process and pushes the edge. Like if you think about Facebook, Instagram, Tesla, all those companies, those people were crazy, like in a good way, right? And they push the edge. With AI, their AI is not going to push the edge. AI is going to just try to replicate what humans are already doing, which means that's going to put more pressure than ever before, or more superiority or more importance on human beings pushing the edge of AI in 2025. And so if you're trying to get ahead with digital products in 2025, content creators are going to have more importance than ever on pushing new edges, on pushing new limits with content, on pushing new edges with business, coming up with new offers and products, because AI is not built to do that. AI is meant to replicate human beings. And so if you want to get an edge in 2025, try to think outside the box and continue to push those boundaries, because AI is not going to be able to replicate that in human beings. And last but not least, short form content is going to be more important than ever before. You cannot sit on short form content or not try to figure out how this works, because if you're trying to build your brand, if you're trying to grow your social media, you're trying to sell digital products, getting in front of short form audiences not only takes less effort, like me shooting this YouTube video takes hours of preparation. I have to find videos, I have to emulate them, I have to create scripts, I have to have bullet points, I have to have my team editing it, etc. But if you can really figure out short form content and go viral, you can drive immense amount of traffic to your offers with very, very little effort relatively to long form content. Not only that, you can see what's working and emulate that much faster. So with that being said, if you need help with the content strategy, click the link down below to book a call with me and my team, and we'll help you with that. We'll help you set up your products. We'll help you set up your offer. We'll help you get your traffic. Any of that stuff, we got you guys. I appreciate you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.